Hello, my name is Faisal Khan. Many of you don't know, and obviously I haven't put this out much, but I used to be a FX trader, and I used to trade gold and sugar when I was very young at the age of 18. At that time I used to trade it with Shearson, Lehman, Hutton. It was Shearson, Lehman, and then they bought Hutton Brothers, etc. and so forth. And it was then called Shearson, Lehman, Hutton. So this is circa 89, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, and so forth. I've been trading off and on, and especially when this whole cryptocurrency thing came up. But I see a lot of people wanting quick money. Sure, the early people who get in will make quick money, etc. I've seen people who get in at many of the coins that have come in. I've seen people get into many of these, like XRP, XLM, etc. Invested in those cryptocurrencies. And they have made a lot of money. I made a lot of money in the early days when I was in it. But I'm very cognizant of the investments. Those are one-off investments. I see a lot of people putting in money. Shall I invest in XRP? There's a saying that when the shoe shine boy or the elevator operator is asking you, that you should invest in XRP or in Bitcoin, maybe it's time to get out. My point here is, what's your investment strategy? If you're going to be investing money, then you have to understand what sort of a cognizant return you're going to be making. Are you looking at 8% return a year? Are you looking at 20% return a year? Are you looking at 15% return a year? What's your stop loss prevention? How much loss will you take? And you say, okay, this is it. HODL doesn't exist in the investment world. It exists purely with speculators who put too much of their money in and saying, I'm going to hold on to it because I don't know what else to do. And in the cryptocurrency world, I see a lot of people who are looking at the fact that, it may be 20 cents with respect to XRP today, and it may be $200. And these false promises of people saying, hey, I've heard that this is going to happen. I heard that is going to happen. I heard this. Really, you heard it, and they were only telling you and no one else in the world. Oh, I saw this contract being signed and all this contract being signed, and it's to the moon and full bloom and Lambros all around, and girls in bikini jumping in the pool. None of that is going to happen. All in all, I talked to a lot of people and said, what's your expectation? At least they were honest about that. They said, well, what, times 10, times 50. Okay, at least now you know. But most of them are trying to see, okay, I have 200 XRP, I have 5,000 XRP, I have 50,000 XRP. So what are you expecting? Oh, well, if it goes to $5, I'm good with it because I got it at 7 cents or 19 cents, etc. I know a guy who wrote to me, and he's got tens of thousands of dollars worth of XRP and $1 and I think 90 cents or something. So he's obviously waiting for the price to go up significantly. But I feel all these people are just maybe I'm no one to tell you you do you, whatever you want to do. I'm not in that camp. But what I want to say is, think about your investment strategy. Think how much return you want. If you want, let's say, a 15% return on your investment, which is better than, let's say, the inflation out there or what the bank deposits are giving you, then take 15% and get out. Take your, do compound investments if you can. I'll probably do a video on what compound investing is all about and how the power of compounding and what it can do for you. But if you're going to trade automated signals or you're going to trade automated bots, and what your investment strategy, don't be speculative in nature. I did a video when I told that 11 people contacted me, and I asked them how many of them are speculative in nature. Needless to say, no one likes to admit that their investment strategy was speculative in nature. It just makes them sound really bad or sound immature or unprofessional, etc. But from the gist of it, I can tell that most of it is speculative. A lot of people have put a lot of money in these underlying assets and have been almost in a cult-like fashion been reprogrammed by watching all these quick rich schemes on YouTube and guru videos and these excellent documentaries that they make and say buy, moon, Lambo. And people are saying, yeah, I wish I hold on to this thing. And I see Reddit forums filled with the same thing. There is just so much misinformation out. Why do you think the people at Ripple don't talk about the XRP price? Simply because of sanity. They look at the utility of it. If they have a little bit of stock, that's fine. Sure, they have it. I mean, I personally know of someone who invested about $60,000 in Ripple. Sorry, my apologies. $6,000 in Ripple, at when you had to go to like 3 zeros before the numbers even became 0.000 something, and they made a lot of money, and that person has been putting a lot of money into it. Yeah, but people like that, I would like to say, hey, I would like to do that, but the fact of the matter is, people like that, they're far and few. Sure, a lot of people made money. Remember the guy who gave 20,000 bitcoins for the pizza? I mean, sure, you would love to be that guy who now had 20,000 bitcoins. Wouldn't it be lovely? Or the guy who lost his hard drive and had, 400 bitcoins in it or whatever, etc. The thing is, don't get blindsided by this thing. If you have an investment strategy, learn investing. Learn the 101 of investing. This is the biggest challenge I tell people. You want to learn about crypto and you don't know anything about investing. So why don't you spend at least 100 hours or 200 hours or 500 hours spending the next at least year or so learning about how investment happens and reading up on it, reading papers, watching professional videos, not subscribing to junk information on forums where people think or try to let you know what they are. I'm not advocating investments in any particular stock or coin. I don't do that. I'm not an investment advisor. I keep telling this to people. People keep asking me, and I keep saying again and again, I am not advising. Whatever investment I do for myself, I now sort of keep it to myself. Have I been good at it? Mostly, yes. I say mostly, but yeah, I've had losses, serious losses as well. But, knock on wood, it's been good for me. But the fact of the matter is, I learned how to invest at a very early age. I'm 50 years now, so I've had, let's say, a good 30, 35 year experience run on understanding how money works and so forth. So a lot of people don't have that much time. A lot of people don't have that much runway. So they just say, okay, let's all in. It's that all in mentality that is probably going to get you make a huge loss, or maybe no investment at all, or no return, sizable return on your investment. Please be careful with your money. Do not subscribe to people who are promising 10 times growth, 100 times growth, or a pseudo gurus, and suddenly have become, super investment advisors. Do your own research. A fool and his money are very quickly parted. Don't be that fool. I hope you will take time in learning, and I hope you will invest and hold on to your money wisely. If you have a question or a comment on this video, please put it down below. I'll be happy to have a healthy discussion with you. If you feel like being confrontational, then obviously I'm going to not reply to you and ban you from the channel. But anyways, if you have a business inquiry, there's a contact form in the description below. There's also a WhatsApp number. I'll be happy to reach out and talk to you via that. But please, it's only for business inquiries. Anyways, as always, it's been very illuminating. I'd like to hear your viewpoint on this video. Till next time, this is Faisal Khan signing off.